¿Cómo estás? Yokoso, welcome back. Today we're going to put the finishing touches on World 1-1 by facing off against its boss, which as you'll see in a minute is some sort of gigantic demonic bunt cake. Matsuyani, pine resin. Pine tree plus grease equals pine resin. The first character, Matsu, has tree to the left because it describes a pine, which is a species of tree. The second character is usually pronounced Abra in its kun form. Yani is a slightly irregular, uncommon reading. It has the meat to the left radical, or flesh to the left radical, which can be easily confused with the moon character. On the right-hand side of the second character, you see spoon on top and sun underneath. Spoon and sun occur alone as their own characters, and are also frequently seen radicals and graphemes in others. Okina, large. Omoidase, remember. Omoi comes from omo, meaning think, and dase comes from dasu, meaning to put out. Now, omoidasu would be the verb to remember. Omoidase is an imperative. The person leaving us this message says, remember. It doesn't say what to remember, so we have to figure that out on our own. Kyoteki, strong enemy. Strong plus enemy equals strong enemy. Kara, from. Phalanx. In addition to being used to look up characters in dictionaries, radicals often give clues to the meanings of a Chinese character, or determine a category of meaning for that character. So if we take the character for tree as it stands alone, it will mean either tree or wood. When used as a radical, the tree tells us that this character could be a particular species of tree. It could be something constructed out of wood, like a desk or a carrying pole. It could be a part of a tree, like a branch or a root. Or it can be a phenomenon pertinent to trees, like decay. Some radicals can throw you a bit of a curveball, like the meat moon. This is the character for moon, this is the character for meat. But as a grapheme and radical, they were combined in a simplification process to the point where now it can mean moon in some contexts and meat in others. So in those instances where it's understood to mean meat, it's used for various organs and parts of the body like skin, ribs, elbows, livers, any tissue, sinew, muscle, or organ could be a character that has meat to the left. Although I suppose that flesh would probably be a more natural sounding translation. For whatever reason, nearly every resource under the sun just calls it meat. Then you have the heart character, which can occur as a radical on the left side of a character or underneath it. The heart radical deals with emotion or states of mind, so it's used in characters like will, forget, endure, mourning. The consistent theme being either emotion or states of mind, cerebral activity. So as you can see, radicals can provide powerful visual clues as to what a character might mean. But you should be warned that in the case of very abstract concepts, the character may not have an obvious link to its radical, or in some cases, no link to it at all. GQ, endurance. Motto, more. Namari, lead. This character has the metal to the left radical, a very common radical with metals, whether they be raw metals mined from the earth as ores, or whether they be alloys.
Welcome back. The monumental awaits the above. The monumental will explain the nexus to thee.
Still alive? I am impressed. This is something that might interest you. The black-robed maiden of the Nexus looks after the flames. She's a morose type, with eyes occluded by wax. She can control souls like no other. Bring her the souls of men and demons, and she will embolden your flesh and blood with their power. But beware, do not devolve into a foul beast. What's happened? Have you lost your nerve? No matter. Have a seat. We can sit here forever. At least we will be safe. What's happened? No matter. At least we will...
The monumental awaits the above. The monumental will explain the nexus to thee.
I can forge weapons for you, at a fair price.
Tachisaru, leave.
Thankful that
Tachi comes from tatsu, meaning to stand. Saru means to depart. So, Tachisaru, to stand away, or to take one's leave.
and be thankful. Do come back alive and eat your business.
Hello again. I'm keeping a close watch on your belongings.
Komoku Sentaku, item selection. Komoku means item, but doesn't mean item in the sense of a physical object, rather a data item or a listing, a data entry, something of that nature. Sentaku means to choose or select.
You have a heart of gold.
Back in the time that I lived below Boletaria Castle, King Aland left on some strange business, then returned with horrible demons in tow. Soon, the land was ravaged by demons and soul-starved madmen. My spine shudders just to think about it. If I did not have my miracle stone shard, a keepsake of my grandfather, I may not have survived. If I did not have my...
Oh, you must be another disciple of God. I too am on a quest to fight the demons in the name of the Lord. May I share God's power with you? Do not be bashful. We are both cut from the same cloth.
Kiseki, miracle. Strange plus mark or impression equals miracle.
A miracle is a heavenly act, but spells are the acts of demons, the work of soul arts. They have similar effects, and yet one is clearly evil, and the other is clearly good. Magicians, in the end, are mere servants of the demons. A miracle, they have magician. I see. You wish to train yourself in stoicism. Very well. I pray we meet again.
I have sinned. I swore allegiance to Saint Urbain, but was of no use to him. And now I have run away and abandoned his honorableness. O Lord, punish me, for I have not the strength to punish myself. O Honorable One, I hesitate to imagine your present state. Deep within the darkness, where no light shall ever shine, will you continue to pray, even in such misery? O Honorable One, deep within, will you continue?
What do you want, brute? I have no use for miscreants like yourself. Away with you.
Okay, so this asshole just heaps insults on us because we don't have a high enough intelligence stat. He starts out by calling us Kisama, which is a very demeaning and threatening pronoun. Then he calls us Omai, which, as we've already established, is a very condescending pronoun. Now this word yo means manner in the sense of, what manner of thing is this, or a manner of doing things. So in this context, omai no yona means the likes of you. In many sentence constructions, the word yo is simply written out in hiragana. But when the word yo is written with its kanji, it uses the same kanji as sama. Now I'm sure you've all heard people referred to as san or sama as suffixes, and people often erroneously think that sama means a particular title like lord or master or something like that. But personal suffixes don't necessarily have a good one-to-one translation with English. Literally, san and sama mean way or mannerism or likeness. So when you refer to someone by their name or title, and then you add the suffix san or sama to the end of it, you're referring indirectly to them by addressing a trait of theirs. The closest we come to that phenomenon in English would be medieval era titles like Your Grace, Your Lordship, Your Benevolence, and so forth. Hakanai, ephemeral. This character has the man to the left radical. If it didn't have that as its radical, if we remove the man to the left and just deal with what's left of the character, then it would have the grass on top radical.
We have long awaited you, Slayer of Demons. I am one of the Monumentals. We preserve the fabric of reality. There is something thou needest to know. Once, we too, a scourge of demons faced.